Hello, adventurer! There's nothing more that brings me joy than a brand new episode of my favorite podcast. But I always do need a refresher, so let's find out what happened last time on The Incorrigible Party! Seeking the fastest route back to Samuel Coltis, the party treks across the frozen lake, seeing signs of activity miles away at the lake's shore, in the form of Nyogi dragon riders pursuing an unknown prey in the trees. It's not long before they are the ones being pursued, forced to take shelter in 4 small fishing huts out on the ice. The Nyogi and dragon reluctant to pursue them any further. Investigating the huts uncovers the remnants of a Nyogi experiment, with warnings of failure and danger. And now the harrowing adventure continues. Alright, I'll take your initiatives.
Shakara has a 17.
Shaft has a 16.
Ouch! 4.
15 for Falzarin.
Oh, Mia.
This creature that has crawled out of the ice, it opens its mouth, and Mia, being within 10 feet of it now, as it does, it lets out this high-pitched screech. It's incredibly loud, that even like cutting through the howls of the wind. But when you look at it, like you get like this almost this front row view right down its throat. It doesn't look like it actually has like a throat. There's no esophagus that would be on like a creature made of flesh. It's just ice inside of it. But as the screech lets out, the small little fishing cabins around you start to like vibrate, and the ground, you can feel the ground itself, the ice start to vibrate under your feet. Everybody within 100 feet of it, which is all of you, you can each make me a Constitution saving throw. Now, because of the wind, though, I'm going to give you each advantage, as this is a hearing-based thing, and the wind is it's weird. The wind is imposing disadvantage for hearing perception checks, so I'm gonna give you advantage because it's almost like muffling this shriek as it's combating the surrounding elements.
Oh, John. Oh, no.
Well, I with advantage, I got a 4.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
My first roll was a 6, but my second was a 19.
Shakara has a 21.
I'm just like chilling at 15.
Okay, Horik got a 17. So those that failed are stunned for 1 minute.
1 minute?
What was
That's
the
a
DC?
long time.
The DC is 16.
Oh, no. No. Huh?
So stun creature is incapacitated, which means you can't move, you can speak only falteringly, you can't take actions or reactions.
But the good thing is I'm invisible.
Yeah, he found a way around the shackles. I can't take actions. This is terrifying.
So the stun creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attacks against that creature have advantage. At the end of each of the stunned creature's turn, though, they can remake that con check to end the effect.
Is this an effect that someone can assist in them getting out of? Like, can you shake them or anything like that to unstun them?
Unless you have some type of spell that specifically says it removes the stun condition, then no.
And I would argue that I'm invisible, so you don't even know.
Right. Well, I was kind of thinking Mia, because she's like right beside this thing.
Unless you see a little snow puff when I fall over.
Shaft, you had gotten up on Horik's back to start running away from this thing, right, as it came out of the ice. So Horik, who passed, he's saved because he got the 17. Horik is able to get an arm, like, to stop you from falling off of his back. But again, when you're turning in initiative, you are stunned. But next is Shakara.
So I see that Mia is stunned. I can tell that she is stunned by this.
Absolutely, yeah. She's clearly physically affected by this screech.
And about 10 to 15 feet away from this thing.
That is correct.
And she doesn't want to become my sister. She has rebuked every opportunity I've given her. Oh, okay. I will use my circlet of blasting and become visible and try and Scorching Ray this thing. 20 to hit for the first one, 18 for the second one, and a 19 for the third one.
Those all hit.
Okay, this is fire damage. 5, 6, and 9.
This thing is like looming over Mia, and as you pelt it on like the curve of its long body, right? I see you like hitting it in the back of like that hood that I had described as the dead Remoraz having, right? And you hit it, and it reacts to your Scorching Ray more, and it rounds on you, right? And now being able to see you, but it doesn't seem like your Scorching Ray had any effect on it other than to draw its attention.
Okay, I want to run maybe 20 feet away from it towards the shore, trying to draw it away from Mia.
0 effect. That is...
So you're telling me fire had 0 effect on an icy creature?
It's because it's a hybrid, remember? The Remoraz. Or worm.
Oh.
Come on! These are obvious things, guys.
Grimbleshank, or whatever his name was.
Yes. Grimbleshank would just chew this baddie up.
An ice monster resistant to fire. I mean, come on.
Keep in mind, I described this like it's comprised of crystals of red and blue, like in its core, kind of thing, right? Similar to what Falzer and Shaft had witnessed in the eggs, the snow globe shaped eggs in the shack, in that fourth ice hut. Next, though, are the paladins, those that can see them, which from your is everybody right now. They will continue to approach, and Silas, Lance, and Hannigan, the three with the bows, will draw back more arrows to fire at this elemental Remoraz thing in front of Mia. They do unfortunately have disadvantage at this range, but the winds would oppose disadvantage even if they were within 150 feet. So all 3 arrows do unfortunately go wide and just stick right into the ice, basically at the feet of this thing. Shaft.
Con save.
Yes, end of your turn you can make. This one is regular con, though. You don't have advantage on this.
13.
Okay, unfortunately that is still a fail.
In the stun condition, it says I can't do anything, but I can barely say stuff, right?
Yeah, you can speak falteringly.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell Horik.
Meaning.
All right.
Don't drop me. I can't move.
Next is Falzern.
So Falzern is invisible, but obviously we're going to need to fight this thing. So he is going to break invisibility by casting a spell. So he's going to cast Shatter, basically centered right on this creature. So con save, please.
25.
DC 16. Okay.
Barely.
Just barely.
It's close.
Half of 15 thunder damage. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to forget it this time. Empowered evocation. I add my intelligence to evocation spells. So my intelligence is 4. So not half of 19. And now Falzarin is visible. He is going to move. So he's about 15 feet to the right of Shakara, basically directly south of this big beast. I'm going to use my movement to put a bit of distance between me and Shakara. I'm going to move to my right about 20 feet. So now I'm kind of more directly south of Mia, off a bit to the right of this, if it were to shoot something downward at us.
As another cacophonous boom resonates through this storm, the impacting to Remoraz, and you can see it like kind of, it almost like physically like impresses this thunder damage against it, right? And with it kind of comes this puff and like blowout of the snow around it at its feet, and you can see uncovered by the spell a series of cracks that have formed in the ice.
So Bill shattered the ice, and now Mia's gonna fall in with her armor on.
Rip! Frick.
And you're stunned, so you can't move.
I don't know that I would die underwater. I could maybe last a minute, holding my breath, and then shackle.
From the fishing hut that had the eggs in it, you see like the you know how each of the huts had like that ice, that frosted coating that up the sides of the huts, that frost just like increases and like spreads up as somehow none of you are quite close enough to well, Mia would be close enough to feel somehow an additional drop in temperature here out on this frozen lake. Very momentarily, but then as soon as it does, the sides of the fishing hut, the wood starts to bend and it begins to groan and creak until it just completely shatters into splinters.
I feel like I can't breathe.
Look at Leland laugh.
Oh, listener.
4 more of these same Remoraz elemental hybrid things. These much smaller than the one that had broken through the ice. They've kind of swelled right far past the circumference or the area of the fishing hut, and they've pressed and caused it to expand and rip apart as they've grown out of the 4 unhatched crystalline eggs that you found. And you can see the remnants of them kind of cracked and laying at the feet of these bug-like, like hooded cobra-like creatures. They're in the middle of them, right? Each kind of a glowing, like red crystalline structure, kind of running up the length of them, much like the larger one that had come up. And they can see Shakara and Falzarin. They pair up, 2 of them on Shakara, 2 on Falzarin. Each will take a bite. First it's Shakara. Ooh, an adjusted 20 and a 14.
The 20 hits.
16 piercing damage from the 1 bite, which you are able to reduce because of your armor thingamajigger.
To 13.
Falsey, 24 and 12.
24 hits.
Only 12 piercing for Falzarin. Immediately followed by the large Rem Elemental. I don't know. Still working on it. Still workshop. You see, as it moves across the cracks in these ice, its weight kind of causes it to almost like splinter and slowly spreading to a larger area as it moves over top of it. But it will try to attack Mia, which it does have advantage because you're stunned. But it doesn't bite you. It opens its mouth again, and instead of a screech, there's like this icy haze or breath that kind of emanates around you. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
So that's only 10 cold damage. And can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
13.
That is a fail, unfortunately. And as that breath kind of spreads around you, it seems like it gets heavy in the air and almost like it falls like precipitation around your feet. Your legs from up to the knee become encased in ice. And Mia, it's your turn.
Can't do anything.
You can make a con save.
Yeah, at the end of your turn, you can make a Constitution saving throw to try to break the stun effect.
7.
It does not do it, unfortunately. Hey, I'm going to say there to me, but I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Heard that part.
Mm-hmm.
That last sentence made a whole lot of sense.
Okay, Shaft, you feel yourself being moved.
Okay.
Moved to tears by that beautiful speech. Yeah.
Back to very rousing cry of retreat from
heroic, yes. Shaft's like a man after my own.
At the top, the large Rim Elemental. It's little. It's insect like it has like dozens of pairs of legs, right? And they each kind of just jab into the ice, wedging and forming new cracks, right? But it's not like it's something that is piercing it. It's as if they're just melding into it. And in a 60-foot radius around it, sprouting up from the frozen lake, juts of ice growths, of spikes, kind of ram up out of the surface of it. A number of the fishing villages get cracked into and sections of it sheared off as the growth juts through the wooden structures. And it actually looks like, with some of your movement now from last round, that you've all somehow, by chance, have moved away from the random appearances of these things. So none of you are actually going to get effect. Oh, except Falzarin, unfortunately.
Penguin on out of there.
So each of these they're like stalagmites almost made of ice. Kind of think of them like that, right? They take up like a 10 by 10 area on the map. Each of them does look like they will block line of sight. Like these are like huge structures of ice. But Falzarins and anyone else, any other creature, which actually includes a couple of these young Rem Elementals, will have to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Am I too close?
No, you're fine. Actually, it's if you're within 5 feet of one of these things coming out of the ground.
Oh, 10 feet. Whew.
A 19.
That is a save. So you will take half damage and you will not be knocked prone. So you take 3 piercing and 4 cold damage as one of these protruding spikes on these ice stalagmites kind of catches you, Falzarin. Now both of the Remorhaz on you, though, each making their own saving throw. Ooh, that's a 9 and a 13.
And they die.
Yes, completely impaled. Both of which actually fail. So they're each going to take 7 piercing and 9 cold. And they're actually like shunted by this growth and pushed backwards.
Toward Mamma Mia.
Yeah, one kind of pushed towards Mia, which is about 20 feet away from you, Mia. But both of them are pushed away from Falzarin, who is no longer engaged with them. And you kind of see like these growths. They're made of ice, but they're around them, and Falzarin, you can feel that kind of same temperature drop in this kind of 5 foot radius from them. It's not affecting you now, but you can feel the difference in temperature, kind of the source of where that cold damage is coming from. But that doesn't seem to affect these Rem Elementals at all either. Shakara.
I will first bonus action cast Shield of Faith upon myself. So my AC will go up by 2 for 10 minutes.
So what, you're 22?
I am now at 22.
Nice.
And I am going to use my sharp-edged longsword to double attack the elemental thing on my right side.
You have to say it quickly so it doesn't. You actually notice that you are saying it incorrectly. So if you say it really fast, it's
Regimental.
Regimental.
My first attack is a 10 to hit.
Ooh, that's gonna do it.
Second one is an 18.
That's good. Yeah.
And I think I will try and smite it as well. 14 plus 8, 22 points of damage.
So mix of piercing and radiant, all of which seems to be effective. Sorry, what weapon are you using?
My sharp-edged longsword. It is a magical weapon.
Okay, excellent. All right, all those damage types doing the full effect. Paladins closing the distance. Slowly but surely. If they're going to make an attack every turn, they're not moving very quickly. But they will continue to arrows at this thing threatening Mia.
My Thor followers. Get them, boys.
Lowest is an 18. So 2 arrows hit, even with the disadvantage. 14 piercing damage. Although it seems that from the paladin weapons, the arrows, they almost completely glance off of this thing's icy exterior. But you do see pieces of it chipping away from their arrows. So it's doing damage, but not what it should be. Shaft.
All right, con save again. There we go, 19.
Yes, okay. You are no longer stunned. But that is unfortunately the end of your turn. Falzarin.
How damaged does that... What are these things called again?
Do you have potions, Bill? Is that accurate, your health thing?
Yeah, I'm almost dead. How damaged does that one look that Shakara hit?
It looks... I mean, she did some good damage to it, but it's not quite bloodied yet.
Well, It seems like fire doesn't do a whole lot to these folks here. All of my options suck.
Yeah, mine too. We're all in this together. Maybe not horrific. It's High School Musical. Everyone, thank you.
Getting on Denny's what I've wanted to do since this started, but it's like extremely windy. So I have a feeling Leland's not going to let me just like zip around with ease.
There may be a check involved, yes. You were right. I did note that the winds were disrupting a dragon's flight, so yeah, you will.
Yeah.
There will be a check involved to try to. If you're going more than like 10 feet off the ground, you'll have to make a check. Yes.
You know, I think that's probably my best option anyway. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to hop on Denny, and basically these two little ones are between me and the big one. So I'm going to hop on Denny and kind of try and skirt to my right around them. I'm not close enough to be engaged, so I can move freely without taking opportunity attacks, I would assume. So I'm gonna make a bit of a wide berth around these two junior creatures here and head over toward the right-hand side of Mia and this big one.
Just don't get hit with paladin arrows, you know.
I'm going to cast Ray of Frost? Question mark?
Well, you know, fire does nothing. Hey.
I do have a blue and a red core, so.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't do Ray of Frost.
Okay.
So far, piercing from her magical weapon and necrotic damage have done full effects.
Okay, so I can't do necrotic damage, but I can do acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. Falzarin is going to hurl a chromatic orb at the big mama that's right beside Mia. And I think I'm going to go with acid damage.
Melt its face off.
So I make a ranged spell attack. It's not too bad. What's 18 plus 8? 26 to hit.
Yeah, definitely.
Not bad, he says.
18 acid damage. Very good. As this shimmering orb kind of impacts the adult Rim Elemental, and it's splashing this acid over it, like sections of its ice structure melt against the effects of the acid. But it kind of forms, like it recovers, and you've done your damage, but the ice kind of reforms and
he's like a Two-Face now.
Not quite. It assumes its original shape again, but you've clearly hurt it for sure. Well done, babies. So Falzarin, before they take their turn and chase you, you're on Denny. That's where you got your extra move, but you're not flying higher than 10 feet above the ice.
Yeah, I think Falzarin appreciates how incredibly windy it is. And so he thinks the higher he goes, the worse the wind's going to get. So he's going to stay relatively low, just so that he can hang on better.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh, good. I was afraid they were going to come after me.
I think they'll have to they'll be suffering an opportunity attack for moving away from those ice crystals.
Not quite. You do see, though, one of them had to maneuver around a section of it, moving closer to the area that is kind of cracked and creaking under the adult Rim Elemental, causing them to spread further. But they will both get to you to try to bite you. Oh, that's incredibly low, though. Only an 11 for one and a 15 for the other.
15 hits. Yeah. I'm not going to cast shield.
16 piercing damage.
Oh, boy.
And you see the kind of the red crystalline structure running through its body, like starts to glow and heats up as it bites into you. You take an additional 6 fire damage.
Huh.
Falzarin goes limp on Denny.
Ooh. Happens to everybody.
Falzarin's been drinking some whiskey today.
Okay. The adult Rim Elemental has Mia encased in ice.
Only up to my knees. So far.
Yeah, it's gonna try to do an actual bite on you.
I'm a popsicle.
With advantage. Wow, with advantage only gets a 19. What's your AC?
20, baby.
Very lucky.
He bites the feet. The feet. He goes for the feet.
He does try. Yeah.
toes.
He's attracted to the ice. Okay, next is Mia. So, Mia, you actually have to make me 2 different Constitution saving throws. You can choose in which order you want to save for them, but you are saving against the stun at the end of your turn and for the encasement, the ice around you. So which one would you like to roll for first?
All right, I'm rolling for stun right now. This is the stunner. Okay, 5.
All right, you're still stunned, unfortunately.
So this is the 3rd round of stun out of 10. All right, and this is for the ice, baby. Oh, okay. Well, that one passed probably. That's 19.
That is a pass as the ice at your knees starts to dissipate, and you're no longer restrained.
The bite cracked the ice, and here we go. My flailing, stunned self sort of
You
just...
are honestly incredibly lucky. Horik. Wow. Okay, so Shaft no longer stunned. I imagine like you're now supporting yourself on Horik's back, and Horik kind of realizes that you have your full faculties back. He is gonna stop, and he's gonna put you down, and we'll draw that bow that you gave him, and we'll start to fire arrows at one of the babies on Shakara. Well, actually, Falzarin is down, so he's actually gonna target one of the ones on Falsey. 2 arrows, 15 and a 17 from a magical weapon. Will do full damage.
That a boy, Horik.
Total of 18 piercing on to number 4 there. Back to the top with the layer actions. Nothing seems to happen. Shakara.
Going to attack number 2 again. Same one I hit last time. For a 23 for the first attack.
Do you think Shakara could see us, or are these things, they're kind of blocking her vision a little bit, right? Pretty
And
big.
I'm a little preoccupied with 2 of them in my face.
Shakara definitely does not have line of sight to Falzarin from where she is based on these structures. She still can see you, Mia, though. She can see, and Shaft and Horik can see that you're no longer encased in the ice, but clearly still affected by the stun.
So with a 2nd level smite on that first one, it is 24 points of damage.
He's maybe bloodied. No, I'm just kidding.
And this is slashing, right? So
Yes.
you're chipping away at it, and you are clearly like cleaving sections of ice, right? As you strike it, cracks kind of start to form across its body as you're just chopping chunks of it, but it's still going.
So 13 hit it.
No, and 13 does not hit.
When we all survive, we can eat mental snow cones. From all the chopping we've done.
Okay, nothing for bonus action?
No, because I'm still concentrating on the Shield of Faith.
Well, remember, you can cast other spells that don't require concentration if you have any,
But the only other bonus action spell I want to cast is concentration.
Oh, shoot. Paladins approaching, still closing the distance. Maybe not fast enough. Launching arrows. They've also now diverted their attention to the things on Falsey. Unfortunately, the winds are just starting to prevail over the paladins. All 3 arrows miss. Shaft next.
All right. So, do I have enough movement to get to number 2, the one on Shakara, from where I'm at?
You were about 20 feet away from it. After Horik has kind of stopped to fire.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up to number 2, and I'm going to attack.
You're going to kill Seal?
That's what Falsey does. It's fine.
Unappreciative.
Falzarin's rolling over in his grave.
15 to hit. I learned it by watching him.
15 hits.
All right, that's 15 points of damage. Second attack, 28 to hit, 18 points of slashing damage.
And your second strike, as you again those cracks just form across its entire body, and it just shatters. 1 down, 4 to go.
Okay, and I think what I'll do is now I'm visible. I guess for my bonus action, instead of attacking the other one, I will pull out Shakara's sword and slide it across the ice to her.
Thank you, Shaft. Save Mia.
And I look over at her, and I give her a thumbs up and look over towards Mia.
Okay, falls are in. I guess I get to make death saves here.
Do I have any inspiration left after Mike's?
Technically, I'm making the rolls.
So technically he is.
And I aim for an inspiration on one of your death saves.
Oh, come on, buddy. After all we've been through.
So I pick up the sword. I have to put down my shield because the Death Knight sword is two-handed, which makes my AC back down to 20.
Okay, well, not quite, because you'll be able to grab it on your turn and interact with your turn. But until that comes around, you're still going to have 22 for your AC, should you, right? Because you can't actually grab it yet. So you're still going to benefit from your AC. But you'll be able to do it as a free action on your turn, so that's not a problem.
Okay.
Unless one of the Rim Elementals eats your sword.
And takes a lot of damage on the way down.
Definitely.
Just really rips the esophagus.
I say things like slide the sword across the ice or lay the bag down for dramatic effect, not for ideas.
Yeah, right?
Well, it is too bad I already described these things as not having an actual throat. Otherwise,
Oh yeah, I already saw down its
painted
throat,
myself
right?
into a corner.
No.
So the you see the adult one, it gives like this series of clicks and chitters. And the two babies on Falsey's quickly dying and freezing body move towards Shaft and Horik.
Listen, I can revivify after a longer period of time if he's been on ice. It's proven.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a scientific fact.
Yeah.
They don't quite have the movement to get to Horik, but they're gonna dash so they can. Unfortunately, won't be able to do anything, but still one on Shakar that can bite. Yeah, with your 22, that's not gonna hit. Okay. Adult. Mia is free. It can do nothing but try to bite at Mia again. Still with advantage. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a 25.
Never good when he says, ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's incredibly low.
Good. Okay. I like that.
22 piercing damage.
Oh, that's low? Okay. All right.
The red crystalline structure in it pulses as well for another 11 fire damage.
Oh, damn.
And Mia, here we go. Let's get rid of this stun. Come on, you can do it.
Mia's hanging in there. She's still alive. Oh, man. It's for the listener. She's like an eighth of her health or something. All right. So this Constitution save, this is it. 16?
A 16 is exactly the DC to get rid of this stun.
Dang.
Okay.
But I still can't do anything. That's it.
That is unfortunately the end of your turn.
No potions, no nothing. All right.
Horik needs to resort to his melee weapon here. Gonna be able to take 2 swipes at these things around him. Ooh, 2 hits. Unfortunately, his battle axe is not magical, so clearly resisting the slashing damage from it, but inflicting another 15 damage to number 4 there on the map. It's definitely the one that is the weakest by far of the 2 on Horik. Back to the top. It seems that so you see the adult, remember, has its little hands or legs into the ice, still has them in there, and the ice structures they're persisting, clearly as a result of whatever this thing is doing. Shakara, though, is next.
I will now pick up my sword and put down my shield. And as I pick up the sword, I will say, Fuego! And everything around me will dim. And the sword will have a dark flame going up it, which is necrotic damage.
That's my girl!
14.
14 is the AC.
Yes! Okay, 46 and 3d8.
Here we go.
37 damage for the first hit.
Nice.
Well done.
Very good hit. As you the portion that you make contact with just obliterated, completely shatters under the effect or under the might of your swing, and so half of its like body down from the hood to like midsection just completely missing now. And it does not seem to start to reform.
Okay, my second attack is a 17 to hit.
Yep.
And I'm going to smite it again. Because now, I assume now I can see that Falzarin's down. Now that the one is out of my way.
No, it's not them that are blocking your line of sight. It's the ice stalagmites that are blocking your line of sight.
But I know Mia, last I knew, Mia was in trouble and stunned.
Yeah, you can see Mia. Actually, now those that can see Mia, seems like she's recovered from whatever was affecting her.
I'm just gushing blood, but I'm standing.
41 points of damage this time.
Holy.
Holy crap.
You bring your weapon around again. You bring Samuel Coltis' weapon around again.
Yeah, it's not yours. Yeah.
And you just
It's mine now, damn it.
You're hitting a home run, and as you smash into it, the rest of it just shatters.
And I'll hold the sword up and be like, that's the stuff.
2 down, 3 to go.
Here we go.
I want to run around the stalagmite closer to Mia, but not towards the big one, because I don't want to head toward the cracks in the ice. So I'm going to swing around, up and around that way.
The right-hand side of it?
Well, then you'll see Falzarin down. Finally.
Yes.
Someone might notice.
you do see Falzarin's prone figure, drifts of snow in the wind starting to pile up against his unmoving body.
Damn it, Falzarin.
Paladins continuing their approach. It seems that they've stopped their arrows now, and they're taking their dashes. They're trying to cover as much ground as quickly as possible. Still fighting against the winds as they're just sprinting across this frozen lake towards you. Shaft.
Okay, I have enough movement to make it all the way to Falzarin. I'm going to use my action to put a potion of healing down his throat.
Sorry, how are you getting to Falzarin? And having an action
Dash.
to...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm dashing. Hold on a second. I almost said...
Your heart was in the right place, John.
I think I was thinking 2 different things. I'm going to get to him and yell to Mia, Shackles!
Smart. Very smart.
Falzarin death save. Only 2 babies left on Horik. Both of them biting into him. Doesn't have too much for AC here. 2 bites. Ooh, this is not going to be good. 24 piercing and 14 fire damage from both of their bites. Whew. Horik's looking bad. Still up, though.
Shakara, help him.
I was going to.
I know. I was going to yell that as I ran by you, but I forgot.
The adult Remoraz, it shifts its weight. You see, it pulls itself out of the ice, like its legs out of the ice, and the crystalline structures sink and disappear, like almost like they meld back into the surface of the frozen lake. So whatever effect it was doing, it no longer is maintaining it. It starts to move across the cracked ice, and as its weight is shifting, more cracks start to spread, right, and splinter, and it rears back for another bite on Mia. Elena, I'm going to get you to roll me a percentile, please. And you can choose high or low. So what outcome would you want to be positive, high or low?
I want high. High to be positive.
Roll me a percentile.
26. That's pretty high, right?
It's higher than 25.
On a D20, that rocks it.
Right? Right. I'm just choosing wrong tonight. All right.
It rears back to bite you, right, shifting its weight, and cracks spread out all around it, and one kind of spreads right underneath your feet as the ice below you and it finally, with a larger and resounding crack, splits open, and both of you go into the water. And actually, it's your turn, Mia.
Didn't take damage, so that's good, because I have 13 hit points left. Mia's going to shackle the shaft, which is an action. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to healing word Falzarin once I see him like that. 8 hit points.
Very timely, but and so you plunge into the water, right? And almost immediately you're back on the ice, away from this adult Rem Elemental. Falzarin gasps awake. And as your turn ends, can you make me another Constitution saving throw, please? In the frigid wind, it's almost immediately, as soon as you're in it and exposed to it, because you're soaking wet now and the exposed winds.
My con save is 9. I'm a popsicle.
Yeah, you take 7 cold damage as you just begin to almost uncontrollably shiver in the elements.
None of these are my resistant damages. Dang it.
Oh no. Horik!
Why did you make a thunder beast? Frick.
Horik looks haggard. He is going to disengage to just get away from these things. And he makes it kind of back about 10 feet behind Shakara and just turns, with his axe ready to kind of stand next to Shakara and just ready for them to chase him, essentially. Those that can see, actually from everyone's perspective, everyone can kind of see that this lake now has opened up and cracks are still forming and beginning to spread, but there's no sign of the adult Remoraz in the water. Shakara.
Horik, stay behind me. I will run up to number 3 and try and slice into it. 22 to hit.
Yep.
And I am not going to smite it. I'm just going to do the sword's damage. 25 damage. And I will swing again. And that is the slashing and the necrotic still.
Okay.
23 to hit. 21 points of damage.
2 good hits. Again, you're almost like it's like you've nearly reduced this thing's size by half, right? Just the amount of ice that you've hacked away from it. It's still going, still alive, or whatever it considers to be living, I suppose.
I do like this sword.
Paladin still approaching. Shaft.
Okay, I'm gonna run up 25 feet. Gets me right about 10 feet away from Horik, about 15 feet north of Shakara. And I'm going to try to shoot some arrows into number 3 that Shakara is currently fighting. That's still disadvantage?
Yes, unfortunately in the winds it's going to be disadvantage, yeah.
That's a 16.
That hits.
That's 20, well, let's see, that would be 21 points of damage. And then my second arrow, that's only going to be a 14.
14 is the AC, so that hits.
Awesome, so 14 points of damage on that.
And that second arrow, you pierce it right in the middle of it, just from... It's like almost you can see it in slow motion, right, as the cracks ripple out from where the arrow here head pierces as this thing shatters as well.
Yes.
I will turn around and nod to Shaft quickly.
I give her a salute.
Falzarin, awake.
Yes. So Falzarin sort of... Oh my goodness. What... Looks around, sees Shaft and Mia. Mia now broken free from the ice and soaking wet.
Is there any spell that can, tell what genes a person has, like their DNA, so we can see if there actually is cockroach genes in Falzarin?
Right.
Detect cockroach. I think Falzarin is still really hurting, but he's gonna climb back on Denny and make his way over as close as he can get to Shakara, who's up against this one remaining junior Rem Elemental.
Attaboy.
Nailed it. First try.
I would also accept a Limeraz.
I don't know which one's harder. Okay, so it looks like on Denny I would have enough movement to make it within 10 feet of this feller.
Falzarin, you idiot, stay back!
If there's one thing Falzarin's good at, it's ignoring good advice. So he's going to get up within 10 feet of this Rem Elemental and cast Poison Spray. So it will need to make a con save.
16.
So that ties my spell save DC. So is that...
That is a success for it.
Okay. Well, since I have Potent Cantrip, which I have never used prior to now, it still takes half.
Very nice. I believe that's something you got at 6th level.
Yeah.
5
Yeah, I've had it for a
levels
long time. So half of 21 poison damage.
Dang, son. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad for a cantrip. Well done. Okay. Baby, the last one left. You... It looks to Falzarin on Denny, kind of covered in, frost and snow from being down in on the ice. It looks to Shakara, full plate armor, and is certainly bright enough to decide which one to go for.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that it thinks it should go after the most dangerous.
Excuse me?
The one that just shot him in his flying broom.
It rolled a 15.
I do have a second level spell slot, and I think I'm going to burn it to cast shield.
Probably a good idea.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's a miss.
All right, well, it only has the one bite. Similar to what happened less than a minute ago, the ice around you begins to crack again. And Shakara, the way you're looking kind of immediately to your left, the same ice kind of juts up out of it as the adult Rem Elemental pulls itself through this crack in the ice again. And it will rear its hooded head towards Shakara and lets out that same kind of ice emanation breath. It's not quite a breath. It's almost like your hot breath if you were to exhale in a cold climate is kind of what's happening here. That is going to be a 21.
That hits now.
All right, you take 14 cold damage, and could you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
24.
Yeah, that same ice, that breath gets heavy, right? And it kind of form around you. You just kick it and you just power through it, just kind of sloughing off what's trying to form on you, and it is unable to encase you. Mia.
Well, Mia's no longer surrounded. That's nice.
Yeah, sure is nice for Mia to not be surrounded. Mm-hmm.
Right, Shakara?
Yep.
Mia has 2 spell slots left. Mia has been thinking about what to do with her 2 spell slots left. What do the 2 remaining beasts look like as far as like health?
The one trying to take a bite out of Falzern looks like pieces of it are just straight up missing from its body, and the adult though has only taken minimal damage.
Kind of hate this with my 2 spell slots left. It's like what to do.
Your weapon is magical though, right? So like that would probably still be able to do something.
Wow, you don't want the cleric to heal anyone? Gosh, Bill.
Well, I mean, I'm almost dead for a second time, but
Probably just figured you wouldn't.
Go on with the odds.
Yeah, Mia's gonna heal all of us here, even if it's just a little bit. Kind of sucks. It's what I've got, because I don't have the 10 minutes to prayer of healing or anything. But I'm gonna mass healing word, which is a 3rd level spell, but I have a 4th level slot left. So we are all going to heal. It's up to 6 creatures, so I'm just gonna choose all of us. And a 1 and a 2. That is a fantastic roll for 8 hit points. Everybody gets.
hey, we'll take what we can get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move in closer to... The ice around the big one is all cracking?
No, it's kind of pulled itself up out of and through the ice, but it's reformed behind it, like when it first arrived.
I'm gonna position myself between Horik and Shaft, just kind of behind them, having a better view of the fight, sort of both enemies.
Okay, but currently you have only moved and cast and used a bonus action. Yeah, action economy here is what's going to save you. So use your actions if you got them.
All right, and then I'm gonna go for the big guy because he doesn't look like he's been hit enough. So I'm gonna throw my hammer at the mama. That's it's only a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit the adult, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it comes back to my hand, but glances off the ice.
Okay, good try. Horik, it's gonna go with the bow again. One arrow hit for. Ooh, that sucks. Roll a 1. It's only 5 piercing, but he's trying. He's doing what he can here. Shakara.
Okay, so the big one popped up behind me. I am going to whirl around and try and attack it and say, Falzarin, get out of here! 24 to hit the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to use my last smite. 51 points of damage.
Whoa! Wow, good hit.
I actually remembered to add everything this time.
That is against slashing, necrotic, your aura.
Yep.
Wow, that is wild.
And after that really great hit, I rolled a 10.
Oh.
That's all right. We'll take 51.
Everything came in the first one.
I guess 51's okay. Paladins, quickly closing the gap. They're still well over 200 feet away, but they're approaching. Shaft.
All right, time to shave some ice here. Get out the old scimitar, and I'm going to just slice across there, try to take off a big hunk. That's a 16 to hit the big guy.
16 does not hit the big one.
All right. I sort of shift my feet around a little bit, and I try to cut back the other way. 17.
17 is the AC, yeah.
All right, so that's 23 points of slashing damage. And then I'm going to reposition myself a little bit more over to the eastern side around, giving everybody behind me a little bit more of an open shot there. And then I'm going to take my short sword and try to get my last hit in. All right, 21 to hit. So that's 10 piercing, 3 slashing, 15 acid. 29 total. 1 for Colossus Slayer.
Okay. Wow, all right. The two of you. Holy Hannah, when you get going. Well done. I mean, you are shaving more than just a bit of ice here. You are just, both the two of you just pummeling it and slicing into it. Again, like you're carving away and like almost like reducing its size as you're just cleaving chunks of ice off of this thing. Still going. Falzarin. You got one baby right on you.
So basically, like if I don't cast spells as a wizard, I could like make an unarmed strike.
Like with your wand, yeah. With like your staff.
It's not a wand, it's a staff.
Oh,
Thank you
sorry,
very
sorry.
much.
I did correct myself.
I think Shakara might have a point, but
No buts. There's no buts here.
okay. How about this? How high would I need to be in the air above the like baby Rem Elemental to not be adjacent to it?
A limeraz.
You'd have to fly 15 feet.
15. Okay. So I think Falzarin is still very, very beat up and sort of clinging to life. He's going to take Shakara's advice, and I'm going to use my action to disengage, and I'm going to fly upward, even though I know it's going to be harder to hang on to Denny, but I would like to get out of reach of this Rem Elemental and still be close enough that I could potentially do something to it on my next turn, but hopefully far enough that it won't be able to hit me.
And the white dragon with the Neogi riding on it swooped down.
Just chomps Falzarin up in one bite.
As you ascend, you're almost like you're kind of like in between these two like huge and large creatures, right? Like as if you're like kind of in this like lee of the wind. You ascend, right, and you get 15 feet up, just assaulted by the winds. You can make me an athletics check to hang on to Denny. And you know what? I'll give you advantage just because Denny is sentient.
Okay. I rolled pretty good the first time around. Let's see what... Okay. Yeah, first one is the one. So, athletics, you said, is 17.
You're rocked to the left. Denny kind of swings under you, right? And as the wind kind of rebounds and hits you to the right, Denny just keeps you, right? It's like you're riding... Instead of a mechanical bull trying to buck you off, it's moving with your movements rather than the other way around to keep you on. And you stay on Denny. You've successfully disengaged. Is there anything with a bonus action that you can do?
Yeah, no, I don't have any cantrips that I could use.
The baby Rem Elemental approaches Shakara. It's the closest target in its sight. Oh, a critical hit.
Ouch.
That's gonna be ugly. 44 piercing and 22 fire damage.
Shakara's down.
No.
The adult rounds on Shaft, and it's gonna try to encase you in its breath as well. 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
If I die, promise me you take out Izzy.
12 cold damage, and you can make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Con save. Ah, good. 19.
You too resist the. It's almost like rather than Shakara's brute force, it's your acrobatics, right? You just kind of stepping away and out of the ice before it can form and cover you and encase you and restrain you. Mia.
Mia's gonna run up to Shakara, place hands on her, and cure wounds. So, Shakara's healed for 15 hit points.
Thank you very much.
And my spells are gone. As a bonus action, can I hit this guy with my hammer?
Not quite.
Alright, that's fine.
At the end of your turn, you can make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
8.
Oof. You take another 7 cold damage from just the padding under your metal armor just soaked through now and just starting to freeze, and you can feel it sticking to the thin layers of garments underneath that you wear. Horik. All right, Horik, now seeing that Shakara is awake, doesn't get to be the hero and go in there to pull her out. So he's just going to keep firing away. That's all he's got.
Every little bit helps.
Mia's on the job tonight.
15 and a 24, so 1 hit.
Doing what her mama told her.
All right, 7 more piercing from a single arrow hit here from Horik. Back to the top now. The adult Rem Elemental, it lets out that screech again as its lair action. Everybody can make me a Constitution saving throw with advantage because of the wind.
I do not need advantage. Natural 20 for, I think, just 20. Yep, 20.
I did. I rolled a 1 the first time. But I got 14.
Shakara got a 23.
I got 21.
Okay, your DC is 16. So unfortunately, though,
Oh no, Mia's stunned again.
Oh,
as is Horik. Horik is also stunned.
No.
Shakara.
I'm going to try and hit it, the big one, with my sword. That's a 16 for the first one?
No.
No, I didn't think so. 24. No, 21.
Okay, yep, that's good.
29 to hit, or 29 points of damage. And I'm going to try and put myself between Mia and the big one, if I can.
Paladins still closing the distance. Shaft.
I'm gonna run up to it, try to take one of its legs, and shear it off with my scimitar. That's a 26 to hit. 21 points damage. So I go in and sort of take it right at it's one of its knees as I go along and sort of try to shatter that off.
With the reach you have, you cleave through 3 of them, and it just slumps to that side, right? And its other side legs moving, trying to compensate. Still barely alive.
Okay, then I'm going to try to jump up on it and jab the scimitar into the ice, right into its back, like between one of its ice scales to sort of pry it off.
Okay.
16 doesn't do it.
Ooh, not quite. No.
Okay, so then as I don't make any purchase there, I sort of slide back with my offhand. I try to hit it with my short sword as I slide down back onto the ground. That's a 15.
Oof, not there, not there. Falzarin, can you bring it home?
Yep.
It's time to shine, Falzarin.
Steal the kills. Let's go.
Poison spray again.
Which one are you targeting?
The junior. Should I target the big one? No. Let's take it. I think I have a better chance of taking out the junior. So a con save, please. DC 16.
22.
Okay. So you'll take half. Oh, that one wasn't near as good. Half of 12 poison damage.
Are you moving? Are you fine where you are?
I'm going to stay where I am, I think.
These things are pretty potent for having just been born. Come out of the egg fighting.
Yeah. Ooh, that bite's only a 9 against Shakara. Not even close. The adult, though, sees that Mia has come back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to bite into Mia. Full-on bite, not just in case, though. I think that is actually going to be a miss. That is only, with a +7, that's only a 19. Goodness gracious.
That's a miss.
Okay. Wow. Mia, it's you're next.
I'm stunned.
Oh, shoot. Oh, it had advantage on you then. My apologies. Well, that's more like a 23 to hit you now. Okay.
Card laid's a card played.
Okay, so I'm hit. Yep.
Card laid.
Don't use that. We may need it.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
If it's over 15, I'm down.
Yeah, it's a total of 58 damage, a mix of piercing and fire.
Yeah, so that's...
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
That's a lot.
Okay, so you're full-on incapacitated. Good news is you're not stunned anymore. Horik, however, is, so he'll roll to try to unstun himself at the end of his turn.
Glass half full.
He gets a 20. He's out of it.
It's Shaft's turn next, right?
It's Shakara's turn now.
No, I mean everyone's gonna go down.
Oh,
so
I see.
Shaft's next. Yeah.
Bringing my sword around for a 19 to hit on the big one.
Yep.
33 points of damage.
That one strike cracks into it, right? And your sword sinks into this tiny little crevice between the ice, right? And it gets stuck as you reef it back out. This large one, literally explodes. Everybody within 30 feet of it can make me a dexterity saving throw, please. As you activate its death burst.
I'm guessing I get an auto fail on
You
that.
do get an automatic fail on that.
Yeah.
14.
14.
16 for Falzarin.
Horik got a 14. Okay, well, the DC was 15, so Falzarin passes. Whew.
3 of us got 14s. Horik and Shakara and Shaft. 1 shy.
Ooh, that was a great roll.
Uh-oh.
Falzarin to save the day.
It's going to be 30 piercing and 12 fire damage as this thing, like the ice shell, right, shatters and you're taking shards of it. And then that red crystalline section of it running through its body just like ignites outwards in this puff of flame. So that will be a total, for Falzarin, it's going to be a total of 21.
So, Falzarin, once again.
Yeah, me too. So I don't need to ask if I can take my second attack because I'm down.
And I had 42 hit points.
Are you down?
So I'm down.
Oh no!
Crap. Okay, well.
Shoot.
Horik to the rescue!
The paladin is running.
Unfortunately, Horik also failed. So he takes full damage.
Oh no!
This is what Leland's been dreaming of. The TPK of your dream.
It's
It's a TP. Total party unconscious.
Yeah, total party down. TPD.
That's better. TPD.
And that's our show. For more Aspara information, visit incorrigibleparty.com, where you can find all of our social media links, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as our Patreon. Our patrons get exclusive content like blooper reels and patron-only mini-campaigns. Our theme music was created by Josh Jarvis. For any of your musical needs, you can contact him at jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All the rest of our sounds and music throughout our plays provided by tabletopaudio.com. And of course, our show sponsor, Critical Hit Design. For your design needs, visit criticalhitdesign.com. Happy adventuring.